chick, welcome to the Her Journal. This is our safe space to glow and grow. Our journal is about life, beauty, learning, girl talk, and becoming the best version of you. We keep it cute, raw, and real, the side of the internet where you want to be. So today is our first journal entry, and the topic is a DIY sewing tutorial. Let's get into it. So yes, when dyeing hair, I use a shower liner from the dollar store. We're dyeing 4 bundles of my Burmese jet black using 1, 2, 3, and 4 in black and in intense black. This box dye does it for me every time, never leaving my hair feeling brittle. We're gonna add the color cream and the fruit oil ampoule to the developer. The cream cap has a sharp edge. All you have to do is literally screw the cap on it and break the barrier. I've done this for all 4 bottles and ripped the color label off the box to make sure I'm dyeing 1 of each of the bundles with each of the colors. So now click. I will not be compromising my French tip, so yeah, I always double glove. Anyways, applying the dye to the hair and we comb it through. But wait and hold up. I use a wide tooth comb, so I would suggest you do the same. Turn the bundle over and repeat the dyeing application. So I'll be explaining for a bit, so when you see what I'm doing, it'll just make sense. Open and flip the tracks with the dyed side kissing each other and repeat the previous dyeing steps. This next step is going to be identical to flipping the double tracks, but instead we're opening the full bundle. Align both ends of the bundle. Now they should be kissing each other, doubling the bundle. Fold the bundle a second time, then proceed to dye, repeating the previous steps. Lastly, I just smooth the product into the bundle with my hands, gloves on, before putting it to the side to process. Now you have lustrous jet black bundles. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, Big Mama was 12 months ago, so this is a moment. Anyways, so my hair mat for the sew-in is 2 Kinky Burmese and 2 Burmese in 20 inches. I'm using the Kinky Burmese around the circumference because my natural hair curls are a bit tighter, and this way it blends with no issue. And a huge tip with weaving the circumference, the track is sewn under the braid. So starting the stitch, I put the needle through the braid first, then follow with the track. Note, the first and the last stitch are always doubled, sometimes even triple knotted. So basically, the needle goes through the braid first, then through the weft, wrap the thread 3 times before pulling the needle all the way through. I pull the thread downwards, then up to ensure security. So you'll see this motion throughout the entire video. I'm back. So I'm watching the video. I'm like, let me just give you a story time. So my mom was actually a hairstylist and taught me the fundamentals of what I know now. I'm a visual learner, so I would always shout at her when she had a client. Super annoying, but whatever. She taught me what I knew. She taught me how to do a sew-in at like 13 or 14 years old. For some reason, I feel like I was younger because I already knew how to braid at like 9. Honestly, whatever. I don't even remember. I was just living the life of a home salon baby. So she used to do my hair all the time, but then I thought I was grown and I wanted to take it into my own hands. So I would climb on the bathroom counter with a mirror between my legs so that I can see the back of my head, obviously, and complete my sew-in. So when I couldn't see, I would feel. So if you notice in the video, I'm using my fingers to feel and guide me. But I do check from time to see how we're looking with the portable monitor. But I just thought that was pretty cool. Like from I was young, I learned how to do my hair just by my hands, following what I'm thinking in my head, and I just basically just apply that now. But yeah, moving forward, here's a little sneak peek at my wrist technique. I call this the Cartier technique, you know, because it's like a bracelet. So I'm going to rewind the clip that shows you this technique, slow it down, then I'll explain how to do this seamlessly. So after the needle is through the braid and weft, I hold it with one hand. The opposite hand I put through the thread and twirl it 2 to 3 times with the same hand, the Cartier hand. I then grab the needle and pull it through. This knots it for me without having to wrap it around the needle as you've seen in the beginning. So I just thought that was a bit easier for me. I usually switch this technique depending on my hand, weft, and head position. When I'm done the circumference, this is probably the only time that I cut the bundle. Actually, no, I lied. At the end as well, because I like to flip tracks over here. So now the first track is completed and secured with a double knot. I check to make sure the flip over is seamless. So remember, I have 2 different textures. I fully open both bundles, one of each texture, aligning each end, forming a double weft. I prefer when my curly hair mimics my natural curls, so just think about it. We usually have 2 to 3 different curl patterns, okay? Sew-ins are literally meant to be an illusion. So anyways, sew-in time. Side note, please make a side note. Remember to double or triple knot the thread when starting a new bundle. I'm gonna explain the flip over method. I'm honestly trying my best to explain my steps the best that I can, so I really hope you guys are able to see what I'm doing. So when flipping the tracks, do not flip them at the same point, y'all. First, you'd flip and stitch the bottom track out of the 2 higher on the braid, and then you secure it with a double or triple knot. Continue sewing about an inch. At this point, you'd secure the second track, also securing with a double or triple knot, then continue sewing both tracks together normally. Does that make sense? If you want me to make a video showing this flip over technique, just comment below. I'm just being extra, adding this clip and having a little fun, but tell me you've been doing your hair without telling me you've been doing your hair for all these years, because I've been doing it as long as I can remember, so using FaceTime is crazy. Clearly, I could do this in my sleep, and making this video is for me to show you guys that you can do the same. So my track placement moving forward, my track placement is going back and forth, not in a horseshoe shape. I'm going to continue this until I reach the top anchor braid, and I'm going to actually let you know what the top anchor braid is when we get there. So you see how the track aligns perfectly with the anchor braid, which is the smallest braid before the leave out. This is why the track placement is back and forth. Also, this is the only other time that I do cut the bundle, starting the anchor stitch with a fresh end of the track. I do this because I find that the flip over method is way too much tension at this point of your head. I'm tender-headed, and to prevent follicle damage, I just prefer to cut it. So guys, I'm sorry, my phone died before I could finish recording the closing stitch, but it's the same thing as the beginning because your girl wanted to be on FaceTime promoting ass shaking and shit. But anyways, as I finished up, I went straight to a barbecue. My son had an event, but y'all, this hair is so full, soft, and just realistic. Honestly, I love it so much. Styling this wig will be in another video, but thank you so much for watching my first journal entry. I hope that you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. Bye.